Hi, how are you today? I hope that you are doing great and you are having a wonderful, wonderful day and you are now tucked in and ready to go to sleep. Okay, but not before our bedtime story. Okay, now, before I forget, what are three things that you are grateful for? Now, I can't hear you, but three things I am grateful for today is puppies. I love puppies. And the moon and the stars because they brighten up our night sky. And I am grateful that I am spending this time with you. Okay, let's start our story. Our story is called Paper Route Puppy. Max wheeled his bicycle slowly down the street. He counted the newspapers in his basket. There were enough of them. He counted the money in his pocket. There was not enough of it. Today was supposed to be Puppy Day. Max had planned to buy a puppy at Mr. Ross's pet shop, which was the last stop on his route. He had saved his paper route money for months now. In fact, Max had started delivering papers so he could save for a puppy. Max thought he had enough money this morning, but then his mother reminded him, "Don't forget to buy a leash, a collar, and dog food. A puppy needs those things." Max knew his mother was right, but he was tired of waiting for his puppy. Max delivered his first paper at Anatoly's music store. Mr. and Mrs. Anatoly could play every instrument in the store, even the drums. "Is today Puppy Day, Max?" called Mr. Anatoly. Max shook his head. "Maybe next month." He told Mr. and Mrs. Anatoly what his mother had said. Mrs. Anatoly patted Max on the arm, then she hurried out of the shop. "Maybe I won't get a puppy at all," Max said. He picked up a drumstick and tapped on the drums. Max already had enough money to pay for lessons, and if he learned to play, he could be in the school band. But as he asked Mr. Anatoly about the lessons, Mrs. Anatoly came back. "No, Max," said Mrs. Anatoly. "Wait and get your puppy. His barking will be music to your ears. You could call him Drummer." She handed Max a package. "Please take this to Mr. Ross." Max looked at the drums one last time, then went on his way. At Goldman's Book Nook, Max spotted a new book. It told all about a sunken pirate ship that had just been discovered. There were pictures of gold coins, cannonballs, and even the ship's bell. Max counted his money. He had enough money for the book. "I would like to buy this book, please," said Max. "Oh no, Max, I am sorry," Mrs. Goldman said. "I cannot sell you that. It's the only copy I have. Besides, I thought today was Puppy Day." "I have to wait another month for a puppy," said Max. "I just thought I could have this book now." Max put the book down. "Nothing is going my way today." "Well, you wait for your puppy. You could call him Pirate." Mrs. Goldman handed Max a package. "Please give this to Mr. Ross when you see him." Max put her package in with his newspapers. He got on his bike and pedaled to the next stop. At Mrs. Garcia's candy shop, Max knew for sure what he would buy. He would get enough candy to stock his treehouse until next Halloween. When Max tried to go into the shop, Mrs. Garcia would not let him in. She did not want to sell Max any candy. "A puppy's candy will be sweeter than all the candy in my shop. You could even call him Candy," she laughed. Max still wanted to go inside, but Mrs. Garcia handed him a package. Please take this next door to Mr. Ross. Max wheeled his bicycle to Mr. Ross's door. Puppies and dogs yipped and danced inside. The parrot called, "Hello!" "I can't get a puppy today, Mr. Ross," Max said.
"Well, that works out," said Mr. Ross, "because I cannot sell you a puppy today."
"Nobody will sell me anything today. Not drum lessons, no books, no candy. And I don't even have enough money to buy a puppy."
"Well, that works out too, Max. Your friends bought a puppy for you."
Surprise! Mr. and Mrs. Anatoly, Mrs. Goldman and Mrs. Garcia crowded into the pet shop. Max could not believe it. It really was Puppy Day after all.
"All you have to buy is a collar, a leash, and some dog food."
"Now open the packages we gave you," said Mr. Anatoly. One by one, Max opened the gifts. There was a dog whistle from Mr. and Mrs. Anatoly, the music shop. And there is a dog book from Mrs. Goldman, the bookshop. And a dog biscuit from Mrs. Garcia, the candy shop. "Now it's time to pick a puppy," they said. Max scooped up 3 puppies. 2 of the puppies wiggled out of his arms, but the fluffy white puppy stayed in his arms and even licked his face. "This is my new puppy," said Max. "Do you think I should name him Drummer, or Pirate, or Candy?" His friends didn't know, and Max couldn't decide. "One thing for sure, I am very lucky to have friends like you," Max said. "Hey, that's it! I will call my puppy Lucky." The end. Did you like the story? I loved the story. Okay. Now, what do I want to tell you? I want to tell you that you are amazing. And I want to tell you that you are smart and you are lovable. And I love you, I love you, I love you. And I want you to know that you can do anything you want to do in your life and you can be anyone you wish to be in your life. Now, time for our sing-along. Okay? Our sing-along circle is as big as the earth itself because all the kids from all around the world are holding hands with us and singing with us. Let your love shine on, for we are the stars in the sky. Let your love shine strong until the day we fly. Let your love shine on, for we are the stars in the sky. Let your love shine strong until the day we fly. Thank you for being with me today. Have a good night, sleep tight, sweet dreams, and remember, I love you this much and more. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.